We start this discussion with a rather sticky or rather messy situation. We know that we live in a world that is all too often rather conniving. If you were one of those hungry dogs, how would you handle a desperate situation? Would you have something special to say to the butcher, the child having dinner, the men talking around a barbecue fire, the waitress clearing the dishes? Here are a few ideas. To the butcher you could say, "Friend, the health inspector is on his way. Those bones have been sitting on the counter for a while. Let me handle this for you." For the child having dinner, you could do something like, "I can do magic tricks. If you give me that, I can make it disappear." To the men around a barbecue fire, "Your wives will thank you for tidying the braai area, guys. This is your chance to earn easy kudos. I'm here to help." To the waitress, "These blighters are easygoing. Yeah, let me help you. I hope the tip is good." Grrr. Some audiences are very friendly and easygoing, a true joy to address. However, some could be hostile and grow horns and tails while you're addressing them. If you know your audience, you can make them work for you when writing. They could help you achieve your intention. When reading a text, do some investigating and find out who the audience is. Why doesn't the dog simply use the same words every time? Because he speaks to different audiences. He uses language and persuasion techniques that will suit each individual audience. The needs, problems of each audience are taken into account, and these are used to his advantage. He needs words loaded with connotations. This is how he achieves his intention. Some audiences may be open to your ideas, some hostile. Would the butcher like a dog in his shop? However, from the butcher's point of view, what would the connotations of health inspector be? Trouble? A fine? A business being closed down? For this reason, the dog cannot simply and mechanically repeat, "May I please have a bone? May I please have a bone?" For each of his audiences, he won't get what he wants unless he recognizes their specific problems and pain points. If we look at the differentiation in his language, we shall also see how he makes use of connotations that are related to needs in each situation. Stop the recording and see if you can work out a few of those connotations. Why should you know your audience? It's necessary to achieve your intention. Some audiences may even be hostile to what you're promoting. You'll have to bring them around. Speaking their language is almost the only way to convince them. Understanding their needs, ideals, problems, giving them the impression that you are one of them. Your message should always be relatable, or they will lose interest. We call this audience awareness. See if you can determine who the audience is in the following slides. So a different audience for each slide. You may want to stop the recording and put on your thinking cap. Let's see. Once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks. She loved to roam around in the woods. One day she saw a quaint little house and entered because she was hungry. When she noticed the table and the 3 bowls of porridge, she immediately tried them. One was too hot, one too cold, but the 3rd little bowl was just right, and she ate all of the porridge. Goldie, all ready for her solo safari breakfast. The headgear is artificial bearskin, with the incisors and nails fashioned out of pure plastic of the degradable kind. Her soft yellow locks rest on a shouting red scarf, which is in wounding contrast with the camouflage of the main outfit. This will prevent even the most inexperienced hunter from mistaking her for a deer. We all know she's a darling. It also complements her ability to wear the outfit with poise and panache. Both the jacket and the knee-length skirt are manufactured from lemonade green shopping bags with the darker shades of oatmeal, exquisitely camouflaging her jungle-like behavior. The wedged heels of her grasshopper green patent leather shoes make for extra sturdiness, absolutely ideal for that speedy getaway. In addition, they leave her ankles bare, allowing for ease of movement on the occasions when one should run for nothing but the bare necessities. Baby Bear grows up. So this chick rocks up uninvited just before the early fam jam and grabs some food. Of course, I don't mind too much because she's a vibe, no kidding. So I try to have a chat. But this doll gets real hangry and starts breaking the furniture. I hear the front gate squeaking, and I know the parents are on their way. So I tell her, 9. She skirts. Take care, bruh. Don't spill the tea, she says. So then I have to explain all of this to the 2 big bears. I think you'll agree that each of these texts is meant for a different age group. At the very least, that means each will have a different audience. Just a few comments on this story. The audience may be persons attending this fashion show. We all have different tastes and opinions concerning fashion. However, people who find over-the-top fashion ludicrous and superfluous might also enjoy this, a masked satire aimed at Goldilocks. We might call this text a parody. More about it in a later lesson. What is important for this lesson is, who is the audience? Is this also meant for a preschooler, just like the story under A? If you look at the purpose, it will give you a clue. We talked about connotations. These ones will give you some clues as to who the audience is and what the purpose is. So work out a few of those. I also point out a few other aspects which we have not yet discussed here. So you need not worry yourself with those too much. So, be aware of your audience and enjoy doing so. Thanks for watching.